Methodist Church. And your name?
Winnie James.
Winnie, you've been here a very long time. How many years have you been at the church?
Probably 15 years.
I remember Kathy Longhat when she was here, Pastor Longhat. I have a question for you, though, because of the significance of this. Can you talk to the significance of the eagle feather fan?
Yes. Okay, the eagle fan is represent a Native American fan that's made from the one left or right wing of the and you can only get it by people donating it to you. It's given to you, and you have to be like in honor or whatever, and that's how you get your eagle fan. Yeah.
Can you show us how that's made and what kind of ceremony it's used for?
What this is done with more powwows, and the jingle dress dancers are the ones that use this. So when they go to do their jingle dress, they hold this and they hit certain beat. And when they hit that certain beat, then the feather goes up, and then it hits a certain beat and the feather goes back down. So.
I heard there's a blessing too. You use that to fan the incense, right?
Yes. And then they can have it beaded, or they can just take it as well. But my daughter and her best friend, one has the left one, one has the right. So when they're out there dancing, when it goes up, it's very beautiful because you see the thing of the wings.
Well, wonderful. That means they have both sides of the eagle's wings when they go up. Take us through as a quick tour of the facility and tell us about the church. How long has it been here? The history of the church and the significance of the altar, the colors.
All right, this particular church was physically built in 1954, completed, I understand, in 55. As you can see, our beautiful stained glass windows are all stages in Christ's life, nativity, the wise men when they were warned to go into Egypt, etc., around to his resurrection. The blankets that you see here we use as altar cloths. There are 5 different seasons in the Methodist calendar, and each one is represented by a different color. Right now we're in Lent, so purple is the color. Easter is white.
And the blankets, the significance of these blankets here in the pews?
We've just put them here, for today. I say we use them as altar cloths. You can see the purple here, which is the color for Lent, which is the season we're in right now.
I see a pipe up there. I see a pipe.
Yes, that's the peace pipe is made from pipe stone from Minnesota, Pipestone, Minnesota, and the stem with the twist to it represents the twisting, winding road to Christianity, and the flute that's on the altar table our pastor plays during congregational prayer time, and we also have the sage in the abalone shell, which is of course native to our California
So this
coast.
is the sage.
This is sage, which we burned. You can see this has been burned.
Oh, this is representing
This is white sage that has a wider. This is desert sage that comes from.
And this is the flute.
And that's the flute that our that's a Native American style flute
This
that
is
our.
the peace pipe.
And this is a peace pipe that.
During the service, doesn't he? Yeah.
Very good on it too.
Now, the spiritual significance of this peace pipe, can you explain what that
Well, somewhat the name in itself can kind of tell you, but it's used in various forms. This is more kind of a Northern Plains design, but almost every tribe has some type of pipe that are used in ceremonies and are passed from one person to the next. And the smoke represents the breath of God, our life, and the smoke rising is our prayers to the Creator. The same way with the sage. The smoke, it's just an incense, okay? Like in the Roman Catholic Church, they have their incenser that they swing, you know, and stuff. That's the same thing, only this is an American incense, you know. Over in the Holy Land, you know, frankincense and myrrh and stuff was the incense. But regionally, if you don't have that, you use whatever. We use sweetgrass, sage, cedar. It kind of depends on region as well.
What I see,
Mike, I've also been told that the tobacco is non-nicotine. Am I correct?
That's not true, but it doesn't have I have some heirloom tobacco, which is not the hybrids and stuff that they grow now. And I'll tell you, it'll give you a light head.
well, I have a question about what's on the wall
Okay,
behind us.
The mandalas
Yes,
on the wall
look at those
represent
colors.
The four sacred directions, which the idea of the four winds, the four corners of the earth, etc., is pretty much a universal concept anyway. And the four colors represent basically, at least in the church, the four, you might say, skin colors that we would normally associate with people, you know, Asiatic, Native American, African, and European.
Right here we see a pipe. I've never seen anything like that. Can you?
Our pipe organ?
Yes, please.
Oh, it sounds great. It sounds great. I really don't know a whole lot. One of our congregational members plays the piano and the organ for us. It wasn't apparently originally here, because the picture that's on the bulletin board, the stand out front, shows this with just a drape hanging here and doesn't have the organ. I understand it was donated by one or two of the families when it was Trinity United Methodist before it became Native American Methodist.
Just seeing the pipes there is much more ornate than it would be otherwise, isn't it? Isn't it attractive?
Pretty, yeah, it's really cool. Unless I don't know a whole lot about it. I know it's getting kind of hard to find somebody who can tune them and clean them and stuff, because they do have to be cleaned every once in a while, or they get dust and lint and such inside. So, but there aren't too many true pipe organs like that anymore.
Thank you so much for the open door invitation and telling us about the history of this church.
Enjoyed it, and hope everybody comes back, and don't let the name Native American shut any doors. We're all God's children, and everybody is welcome regardless.
That's why you talked about the peace pipe. So that speaks in and of itself.
That's it. You know, like they say, all God's children are welcome. Y'all come down now, yeah?
Thank you so much.